You're young, you're ambitious. You wake up every morning pounding a Red Bull, pounding the espresso, ready to get your day started with extreme drive, wanting to achieve the American dream of financial success and freedom. And you come to places like Miami, and then we're in the Bay of Miami here, and you're burning the candle at both ends, staying up late, celebrating the wins. But the universe is always teaching you. And as Americans, we have a tendency to want more. Bigger is better. But here's the issue. Sometimes it works out for you, but then later on, it doesn't. And there's many lessons in the Bible that teach us. One of the lessons in the Bible is in Hebrews, and it says, keep your life free from the love of money. Be content with what you have. And I'm not saying don't work hard, but we live in a culture with a deck of cards that's ready to fall. It's just waiting, right? The FDIC can only back up 2% of their money. When the dollar fails, that's it. There's nobody coming to your rescue. When you buy houses on leverage and you Airbnb them, Tennessee isn't allowing Airbnbs anymore. So all those people with COVID money that bought houses, if they couldn't afford them, they couldn't pay cash, they're going to lose those houses. And that slush fund is ending. There's people who are day traders and they're over leveraging themselves on crypto. And that doesn't last either. We know that ebbs and flows. Now, if you stay in it for the long haul and you're an investor and you buy and hold, you're going to do well. But see, the get rich quick and your love for money is going to teach you a lesson. There's greater things in life. And you've been through multiple businesses, multiple failures. You've over leveraged yourself many times in trades and you've lost 40,000, 100,000. People stole money from you, 250,000. I've done it all. I've lost 250,000 from somebody who stole it from a company going bankrupt. I've lost 40,000 on oil trade. I've over leveraged myself on trades to make more because I believed in it so much. But there's only one thing you have control over in the universe, and that's change. You don't have control over every fact, but if you don't fall in love with the process of making money and just fall in love with the journey and you just work on helping people, see, you'll never go broke. You'll always have money and you'll grow well. And you'll grow faster because you don't have the ebbs and flows. You're like the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race, and you win in the end. Instead of having those big ups and downs and emotional turmoil and relationships that end because of it, because a lot of people are in the same mode. So you're going to attract the people. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So you attract people that are attracted to your fast lifestyle. And then when you lose the money, they find someone else that's fast, that's on their up. And so life teaches you. And that's the point of life, is to awaken your soul. So the ebbs and flows that you experienced in the money struggle are there to teach you. It's to show you that there's greater things in life. It's not all about money, but you never have money struggles as long as you have good intentions and you do the right thing. And I'm not saying you're never going to wind into people that are unethical and going to manipulate you and try to take from you from your hard work. I'm not saying that. But like Rumi said, continue breaking your heart over and over and over until you finally open it. So I firmly believe that we are attracting even those people to teach us to open our heart. It would be a nice world if people could just say, hey, I'm really struggling right now. Is there a way you could help me? And maybe they could give you some business or direct you a different direction. And maybe you can't work with them, but maybe you know someone who can. So it would be a wonderful world, but everyone's on their own path and their own destination. And how you treat others is your path, but how you react is yours. So the deal is that you've got to realize, like, you cannot keep doing this over leverage game. And if you keep over leveraging yourself, one of these days, that deck of cards is going to fall. And you might make it this time. 96% of traders fail. 96% of traders can't outperform the S&P 500. What makes you think that you're going to be able to? And maybe you're cheating the system. Let's look at the politicians. They're bamboozling and running amok, stealing the taxpayers' money. And you look at them in their older age, and man, they're pretty sad shape. They got a lot of guilt that they're carrying. I promise you, you wouldn't think they would, because why would they do it? But the reality is yeah, there's some guilt there because they've got dementia and they're falling apart and they prioritize making money over their own health and taking care of themselves and educate themselves on it. They're ignorant to that fact. So they got the karma. They're suffering in their old age. Look at them walk. They're all decrepit. They're disheveled. I mean, they're falling over on the aisles of Congress. I mean, it's a disaster. They're horrid. And who wants to be that? Yeah, you got $200 million in the bank. What good is that money? You're sick and you're demented. So it's about taking action, conscious, and the slow road. So you don't want to over leverage. And you don't want to listen to society, buy low, sell high, and then over leverage the money, and then you lose it. It's not just buy low and sell high. It's about making wise decisions. There's several factors that build a strong economy, just like a strong body. And you have to have strong manufacturing and agriculture. Those things don't die. So when you have a business that works giving to others through food, not poisoning them, but real food, not the USDA and not the FDA, none of that nonsense, but like a real business, you'll be able to provide for yourself, but you have to get to a point where you can buy that land and they can't take it away from you because it's over leveraged. And then we go through a drought and you can't pay your bills. The government comes and takes it. So we got to get ourselves to a point where we're not borrowing money. If you don't borrow money and you don't pay 4% and a credit card at 24%, that money that you're paying to those banks, and there's a reason why they're the biggest buildings in the world, biggest reason, but you signed on that dotted line, so you can't fault them. The deal is, since you signed on that and you're liable for it, you're supposed to pay that back. Well, imagine if you made that 20%. Imagine if you made that 4% time after time after time. You, too, can have those big-ass buildings because you'll have millions of dollars because you just took, at a young age, a couple $100, made a little bit more money, a few $1,000. You helped out more people. Now you're making $10,000. You're putting away $20,000 a month. You're putting away more and more and more because you've built a solid business that's sustainable. You don't buy low and sell high. You just buy and you hold and you build wealth. And sometimes you enjoy life. Sometimes you get to go on trips. Sometimes you get to go to fancy dinners. Sometimes you get to throw parties. These things exist. You enjoy life too, but it's about balance. It's never sexy. But those people who are in the nightclubs throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars around, man, when they go through their peak, they're living the high life. And then look at like Mike Tyson. The guy lost everything. And then he's begging his friends and he's helping out and he's back on top again. He worked his way back there. But the deal is you don't have to go through these turmoils and ups and downs. You don't have to over leverage yourself. Because if I hadn't over leveraged myself, instead of only being worth a couple million right now, I'd be worth probably about 10, 15 million. And just because I played the slow road. And listen, I get it. I didn't listen to my parents. I didn't listen to the Bible. I thought I knew better. I had an ego on it. But now when someone wants me to invest in something and it's a business that they're developing and it doesn't have any track record, you think I'm going to invest in that bullshit? No. Let them over leverage themselves. They're not even using their money. They're using your money because they don't want to risk there. So again, that goes back to real estate. Let's look at a guy, 10X. If we look at what he's doing, he's using other people's money. He's not risking his own money. So if when the government collapses and the dollar collapses, guess what? He's not losing crap. He risked your money. So you can call that smart, but that's not, there's going to be some karmic consequences when that happens. Pays these guys like 3% return or some crap, and you can make 1.5% on the S&P 500 on your dividends, and the market actually goes up 7% usually on the average. So, and it's been up way more than that in the last few years. But it's because we have hyperinflation. Well, everybody sees the prices of everything going up. So the Bible and its wisdom has been around for thousands of years. And there's lessons we need to be content in. Read the book of Hebrews. Don't overleverage yourself. Keep life free from the love of money. Respect it, but keep it free from being that is your God. Don't idolize it. Be content with what you have. It's straight up right there. Couldn't make any more sense. So don't realize you're going to lose relationships over your job and working too much. Person says you're going to work too much. Another person says you're not working enough. You have to follow your own heart and heed caution. Do not over leverage yourself because when this whole deck of cards falls, you're going to lose everything. And you're going to be sitting there, not able to eat, not be able to buy, barter, trade, not have a service to offer others, not be able to provide for yourself. And then you're going to be crying, why? Why won't anybody help me? Why does nobody love me? But the thing of it is you didn't love yourself enough to respect yourself enough to invest in yourself and realize that there's karmic consequences to your actions. So it's tough love when someone lets you suffer. It's not anybody's job to come and save you. Now, maybe somebody does come and help because they're kind, but the reality is don't take excessive risks. You're going to be rich. Know that in your heart, and the universe is going to provide it for you, but stop having to have it tomorrow. It's built up over time, and then it's sustainable, and you won't lose it. And I'm pushing closer to 50 now, and I've gone through all that stuff. And I may not be the richest guy in the world, but I'm also not doing too bad with a couple $1,000,000 in the bank and diversified between many different investments. So I'll never go broke. I'll always be able to provide for myself. So don't fall in love with money. Don't idolize money. It's a tool. And don't allow others to use you because you have it and because they over leverage themselves and they love money over everything else. Once you get older, just remember at the end of the day, everything's energy, vibration, and frequency, and life is always teaching us. Emotions are energy, emotion is change, and change is the essence of life. So you must reflect on what the universe is showing you and adapt accordingly. Now, when you don't adapt accordingly, what happens is you end up in my office and I have to deal with those internally denied, disconnected emotions from the trauma and the loss of money and the bad relationships you lost and the health issues you created because you were in a wrong frequency chasing money. And then you hold on to those and you wonder why you're having a hard time achieving success like you once had. And it's all just energy, frequency, and vibration, like I stated. So what you must do is change the way you view the world. The world of you changes. Now you get to experience that success once again, but you have to open your heart. It's like Rumi said, we'll continue to break your heart over and over until you finally open it. The universe is teaching you. I take people to have these traumas and they hold on to resentment and it affects their liver and they end up with fatty liver disease and they end up with glucose dysregulation. It's an emotional state because your emotions affect your biochemistry as much as the food and the environmental factors. It's actually a bigger deal. So I changed those factors for people. Once they've gone through these events, I help them learn the karmic lessons so they don't have to continue to repeat them and cycle through them over and over and over. Because the universe is just teaching you. I'm just awakening your soul to that. Don't be that person that holds on to the resentment, the frustration. Learn the lesson. Change your energetic frequency. And if you're struggling, I'm there for you. But you are the driver of your body. You're not your body. You're not your mind, but you're the thing running it. It's just a meat suit. And I awaken you to the infinite potential in the 30 million trilovolts that's coursing through your cellular vibration, creating your reality and taking the light that's emitted outside of your body from the universe, from the sun. Remember, the sun is nothing more than a big plasma ball and it's nuclear fusion that's pushing the light out, that's reflecting outside you, forming your reality. It's a magnetic wave forming the matter. So it's just that change in perception that you must realize to achieve the success, love, and health that everyone desires.